Hi there, it's Toby from Toby's Urban Sketch. This video is all about composition, those rules of composition which seem a bit tedious, hard to think about. The rule of thirds, the Fibonacci spiral. Well, I just want to show you them in a sort of thumbnail sketching form so that we can think about a composition and how we can trial it and become happy with the flow of our image. This is a little outtake, a little snippet from one of my popular classes, my most popular class on Skillshare. If you want to join me there, there's a referral link, an affiliate link, which gets you a month off a year subscription. Of course, gets me a little bit of money as well. And you also get a week free, no questions asked if you're a new joiner. If you don't want to join, that's fine. I'm always going to be releasing loads of free stuff on YouTube as well. So, composition up here. So, thumbnail sketches, what are they, what's the point, and how do they inform our composition? Well, what I'll do, I'm going to show you a thumbnail sketch, but I'm going to do it as a compositional exercise, and then we can learn about both at once. Now, thumbnail is a small but useful sketch. It's called a thumbnail because it's supposed to be very small, perhaps not the size of your thumbnail, but certainly if we were to break down our page, we should be able to get at least a couple of simple sketches in like this, or I could obviously have got 4 or 5 in, couldn't I? But for making it clear and simple, let's just do a couple on this side. So how do they inform composition? Well, because they're a really quick exercise, it means that we can do a few of them. We really don't want to spend very long, but we can certainly do a few sketches, and by doing so, we can see just which one looks best, which one has the best flow and composition. Now, the important rules of composition, the really simplest rules are the rule of thirds. So we divide our sketch, our paper, into 3. We do that vertically and horizontally. And what we want is for our area, our focal point, our most interesting parts of the sketch to be sort of situated on one of these intersecting points. And then there's this idea of the Fibonacci spiral. So that is a spiral which sort of looks something like this, comes round, and that is the flow of the image. And that could be any way around. So you could flip it over, you could flip it here. But here it means the most detail. You see where these lines are tightest together, that's where your most detail is. So you want, let's say, in our photo we're going to use for the final project, perhaps we want our pub to sit here, because then the pub is now situated almost entirely within this tight area of spiral. And then the flow of the image, so we want stuff, it's not that everything's here, we want something over here which pulls us along. Our eye will naturally follow the flow. And a really lovely way of introducing sort of that kind of flow is simple things like pavement. So if we draw in our pavement, look how it brings the image round. It flows like this. Similarly, we've got a few bits and bobs in the background here, haven't we? So we can get our sort of loopy tree in the back, and we can just get a little bit of detail in these other houses. And before you know it, we've kind of sorted out our composition. So by doing a rule of thirds and splitting things apart, we can work out how to compose our image to the best effect. We can still have a play, we can still move things around. So why don't we try making it smaller within that? So if we do another thumbnail sketch, let's just try if we make our pub much smaller, and that will do something very different. So we're still sticking it to the right hand side because we're kind of a little bit constrained by the reference photo. Not that we can't change things, but we're a bit constrained. And all I'm doing is a very loose sketch. And by doing this, I'm getting to practice as well what details I think are important and what perhaps are less important. I might forget to add something and then realise that actually I don't need to add it. Or I might forget to add something and realise just how vital it was. So now we've got a much smaller pub, and we've got a sort of flowing pavement. And then we can just bring in our other things. And you know what? When we now look at this, I would say it just is not as engaging, is it? So if we just make this a bit bolder, there's so much empty space that the eye doesn't really have anywhere to look. What it does do is it opens up the sky, so we could have some amazing colours flowing down, but we've left too much at the front. So the final option then would be if we just flop over here, we do one more little sketch. Why don't we try popping our pub, I got there eventually, just popping our pub a bit lower down and sort of in the middle size. We can have it just sitting at the very edge here. Got our little shapes, and again just practicing like, how much do we need? How much do we really need? Got a lovely sort of bush and things petering off over here. And then now we've got this really big sky, but we've also got a big area of interest, and actually it's sitting really nicely. If we draw our shapes, it's sitting really nicely in our spiral and in this rule of thirds. So I got there eventually. I think this is what we'll go for. So we'll go for quite a nice big sky, because you look at those colours in the reference and you can see it's something which could be really interesting just to make a feature of. But we can also make the pub interesting. I love these chimneys. I always love chimneys, so I didn't learn anything there, but I love these chimneys. And we'll see, I think this is really important, this pavement, because otherwise there's a lot of empty space. And we'll see how everything else flows just as we start doing our sketch.